Good day everyone, welcome to another video lesson. In this video, I am going to present the topic on enhancing the literary skills of learners through various approaches effective in teaching literature. Let's start with our first approach. Approach number 1, shared reading. So what is shared reading? Shared reading is an interactive process of reading involving the whole class. Children participate in the process by reading keywords and phrases they know, while the teacher reads aloud. Here are the steps of shared reading. First, the teacher has to show the front of the book and discuss title, identify author and illustrator. Next, discuss cover picture. Number 3, model directionality, which means left to right or top to bottom. Next, model concept of word in print. Number 5, name the parts of the book, cover page and back. Number 6, discuss illustrations. And number 7, read the book all the way through. Number 8, pause before a word which is heavily cued by the picture and text. Allow children to fill in the word. Number 9, repeat reading the book, using a pointer to each word as it is read. Have children join in. Number 10, show a letter or syllable of a word to aid identification of the word. Number 11, encourage questions and comments. Number 12, model confirming answer or prediction using pictures and or the text. Number 13, discuss word patterns, punctuation, plot structure, and characterization. Number 14, some children will point and read along with the others. Number 15, have the children read the book with you again. Now let's proceed to approach number 2, silent reading. In silent reading, there is no movement of the lips or the tongue. Again, there is no movement of the lips or the tongue. But there should be full concentration and the thoughts should not wander aimlessly while they are reading silently. Silent reading provides the opportunity to learn the meanings of many words in context. Here are the advantages of silent reading. Number 1, it saves time because it is quick. Number 2, it saves energy also. Number 3, it initiates self-education and deep study. Number 4, it develops the ability to read with interest. Despite the advantages, silent reading has also its disadvantages. Number 1, it is not advantageous for beginners. Number 2, it is also uninteresting. Number 3, sometimes students cannot understand some parts of the passage, but they cannot take the help of teachers. Number 4, the mistakes done by students during silent reading cannot be corrected. Number 5, it does not teach correct pronunciation. Number 6, it cannot be checked if students are really reading. Now, here are the things to be considered in silent reading. Number 1, only those passages should be read which can be understood and appreciated by students. Number 2, the duration of silent reading should differ according to the nature of the matter and the standard of the class. Number 3, the weak student should be paid more attention. The paragraph for reading should not be long. Number 4, necessary instructions must be given before silent reading. And number 5, the teacher should be particular about giving students task of wide reading by gradually selecting fresh and unseen paragraph. Now let us proceed to our third approach, cooperative learning. What is cooperative learning? Cooperative learning is defined as small groups of learners working together as a team to solve a problem, complete a task, or accomplish a common goal. That's according to Arts and Newman. Cooperative learning is a successful teaching strategy in which small teams, each with students of different levels of ability, use a variety of learning activities to improve their understanding of a subject. Each member of a team is responsible not only for learning what is taught but also for helping teammates learn. thus creating an atmosphere of achievement. Students work through the assignment until all group members successfully understand and complete it. Now, here are the benefits of cooperative learning. Number one, it promotes self-esteem and makes learners feel better about themselves, school, and others. Number two, it promotes higher achievement, develops social skills including listening, taking turns, conflict resolution skills, leadership skills, and teamwork skills. Number three, it teaches learners to cooperate with others and do their best. Number four, it welcomes learners to benefit from their classmates' knowledge and thoughts. Number five, it protects less capable learners from impossible challenges. Number six, it facilitates problem-solving skills and creativity. Number seven, it leads to more relaxed atmosphere, greater motivation, and increased student talk. Number 8, it makes students appreciate differences and diversity. Number 9, it removes damaging competition between and among students and creates competition among groups. Number 10, it builds empathy. For example, understanding and appreciating the point of view and feeling of others, being considerate of others. It leads to equal and increased participation. Number 12, it creates the feeling that alone we are struck, in interaction we grow. Number 13, it prepares students for the interdependent team-based workplace of the 21st century. Let's proceed to approach number 4. Differentiated instruction. To differentiate instruction is to recognize students' varying background knowledge, readiness, language, preferences in learning, interest, and to react responsively. Differentiated instruction is a process to approach teaching and learning for students of differing abilities in the same class. The intent of differentiating instruction is to maximize each student's growth and individual success by meeting each student where he or she is and assisting in the learning process. Now, I would like to present to you the 4 elements to differentiate. Number 1, content. Number 2, process. Number 3, product. And number 4, learning environment. So these are the 4 elements. Number 1, content. What the student needs to learn or how the student will get access to the information. Process refers to the activities in which the student engages in order to make sense of or master the content. Product refers to culminating projects that ask the student to rehearse, apply, and extend what he or she has learned in a unit, and learning environment is the way the classroom works and feels. Now let me give you examples of activities under each element of differentiated instruction. We are going to start with examples of differentiating content. Number 1, using reading materials at varying readability levels. Number 2, putting text materials on tape. Number 3, using spelling or vocabulary lists at readiness levels of students. Number 4, presenting ideas through both auditory and visual means. Number 5, using reading buddies. And number 6, meeting with small groups to reteach an idea or skill for struggling learners or to extend the thinking or skills of advanced learners. Let's proceed to examples of differentiating process. Number 1, using tiered activities. Number 2, providing interest centers. Number 3, developing personal agenda, task list written by the teacher and containing both in common work for the whole class and work that addresses individual needs of learners. Number 4, offering manipulatives or other hands-on supports. And number 5, varying the length of time a student may take to complete a task. This time, here are the examples of differentiating product. Number 1, giving students options of how to express required learning. Number 1, giving students options of how to express required learning. Number 2, using rubrics that match and extend students' varied skills levels. Number 3, allowing students to work alone or in small groups on their products. And number 4, encouraging students to create their own product assignments as long as the assignments contain required elements. And we have here the last element, learning environment. Number 1, making sure there are places in the room to work quietly and without distraction, as well as places that invite student collaboration. Number 2, providing materials that reflect a variety of cultures and home settings. Number 3, setting out clear guidelines for independent work that matches individual needs. And number 4, developing routines that allow students to get help when teachers are busy and cannot help them immediately. And number 5, helping students understand that some learners need to move around to learn, while others do better sitting quietly. Now we have our fifth approach, listening to literature. There are a number of strategies that teachers can use effectively in their classrooms to help students develop listening skill and gain an appreciation for literature. Four of the most successful of these strategies are teacher read alouds, listening guides, readers theater, and listening logs, used with audiobooks or books on tape in the classroom. The reasons for including listening activities in the classroom may be as simple as using reading aloud to students to introduce a book and encourage them to get into it on their own, or as sophisticated as helping students to recognize the varied narrative devices used in work. Whether students are listening individually to a recorded poem, to hear the uses of figurative language, or the whole class is listening as their teacher reads a particularly dramatic chapter from the book everyone is assigned, students will hear and experience the sound of intertwining of words and their power to convey meaning and images and ideas and hopes. A shared listening activity provides both teachers and students with an experience that is both vital and immediate. The effectiveness of any listening experience is enhanced when teachers assist students with learning activities that provide a framework for attending and focusing. We have here an example for listening to literature. The following example is a listening experience that Dr. Elaine C. Stephens developed to use with middle grade students. Here is the example. Before reading Russell Friedman's Kids at Work, Lewis Hine and the Crusade Against Child Labor to students, she shows several of the photographs from the book to them and involves them in a prediction exercise. Then she asks if they have ever held a job and they discuss the working conditions they've experienced. Students complete the following listening guide developed by Dr. Stephens as they listen to her reading the book. Their responses are then used as the basis for class discussion. And that ends my presentation on the topic, enhancing the literary skills of learners through various approaches effective in teaching literature. In this video, I have presented 5 approaches, and they are shared reading, silent reading, cooperative learning, differentiated instruction, listening to literature. I hope you learned something from this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.